Microsoft? Can we talk? What the hell are y'all doing? Shutting down Compulsion games. Now, I'm not going to sit here and act like I know all the games that they have made, but a lot of y'all know South of Midnight, which was made by Compulsion Games, is one of my favorite games of 2026 that I played on PlayStation. It was out for Xbox. It's a Microsoft game, but they sent it over to PlayStation, and that's how I was able to play it. And you can watch my video on it. You saw how much I raved over it. I thought it was just very beautifully done. The art direction was just awesome. The sound, the music. And as every game, there are imperfections. Besides the imperfections, the game was just awesome. Enriched in soul, blackness, an all-around great platformer. So as I'm going in Discord, one of my people posted that Compulsion Games was being closed down or considered to be closed down by Microsoft, I guess because they're laying off. In fact, let me just read what it says. Reporting news. It says, Microsoft has reportedly shut down South of Midnight developer Compulsion Games. I kept calling it compulsive. Compulsion Games. The Canadian studio was founded in 2009 by former Arcane developer Guillemette Provost as a work-for-hire unit. Its first game, puzzle platformer Contrast, came out in 2013. Survival horror game We Happy Few followed in 2018, published by Borderlands company Gearbox. By then, Microsoft had bought the company, bringing it under the Microsoft Studios, now known as Xbox Game Studios umbrella. Kotaku reports that the Compulsion layoffs may total more than 90 staff, just months after the studio advertised jobs for a new IP. And I wonder, was the new IP going to be another South of Midnight or something sequel? In an update, Kotaku said one source indicated Compulsion leadership in negotiations with Microsoft over the studio's fate. It is not known where these negotiations may lead. IGN has asked Microsoft for comment. The news comes just hours after it emerged that head of Xbox Game Studios Craig Duncan and Chief of Staff Louise O'Connor had left Microsoft after decades at the company. South of Midnight, an action-adventure game set in a fictionalized American Deep South, launched in April 2025, and while it was well received by critics, it failed to find a significant audience. We're going to get there. It launched on PlayStation 5 and Nintendo Switch 2 in March. I'm not going to read the rest of it, but basically it's just talking about how Xbox has gone through all these different losses and laying off people. Same thing was happening with PlayStation. What brings me here today is just, besides the sadness of that, I want to talk about the deeper reason of why I believe certain games just don't do good. And this is going to probably make some people mad, but that's okay. And if you can't come here and have a mature conversation, then mods will definitely block you. So you're going to waste your time. But if you can sit here and debate and keep it professional, fine, debate. Debate against me. Let's go ahead and get there. Playing the game, it's a black game. It's a game for everybody, but it's like a black lead. It's actually made by white people, a Canadian-based Compulsion group, you know, and they did their research, studied everything they could about New Orleans and all the folklore, and they made it into a beautiful game that represents a different kind of people. So even when I made the first video, there were people that were complaining. I can't play this game because I can't relate to it. This game is repetitive, so-and-so. Or this game is woke. And I'm sorry, but all of this really seems to stem from what appears to be racism. And I do not like to make everything black or white. But the problem is you go to comment sections on any video that has to deal with black or white people or this or that, and the proof is right there. So for example, when I saw the news of this, I went to X. You know, on X, everybody is free to go on there and be as racist and homophobic and misogynist and all the things and not be held accountable for it. And I'm going to read a few examples, but every other comment is a non-black person. And I'm not saying they're all white, because you have a lot of other races that think they're white or think they're equal to white people, not knowing that white people do not see you on their level, but they always trying to act like they're white so that way they're not looked at as being another race and having white people look down on them. Always trying to kiss ass. But the comments are like, this game wasn't good because of this. This game sucked because of that. Going back to this game wasn't good because it was repetitive. Aren't mostly all games that have been out a few times repetitive? I am a huge fan of Resident Evil, as everybody knows. It's repetitive. It's the same kind of thing almost every game. Inventory management, back and forth, killing zombies, killing this. Call of Duty, same thing, repetitive. Spider-Man, repetitive. It's the same thing. You're going in the city. There's an alert. You got to fight these people. You go off again. You got to fight more people. Every game is repetitive, so that argument is kind of just tired and an excuse for what you really want to say. Or this game is woke. I really feel like I didn't start hearing this word woke until the Little Mermaid live action movie. And look, I am somebody who, whether you're judging me from the outside and being like, of course you're going to stick up for this game because look at how you look. That's the same as me looking at you saying, of course you hate this game because you're white. Of course you hate this game because you're a heterosexual man. See, it's ignorant. There are some things that I looked at as being like considered woke, like Little Mermaid, for right, okay. I love the cartoon, I love the movie. I was, even myself as a black male, was saying, why did they change the character? Nothing against Holly, but like, y'all have already established what the character is. This white, red-headed girl. Just go ahead and make the live action be how it was in the cartoon. You know, and then give Holly Bailey her own princess story. Make her into this other black mermaid or this other story that you want to give us for us. Instead of taking something old and then just changing it around because you're trying to erase some of the history that y'all are known as just maybe being racist or only doing white cartoons. So I understood some of the comments about woke this or woke that. The issue is people are now using woke for everything. Anything that does not look like them is woke. Anything that has any kind of color, art, something different is woke. Y'all have used the word woke so wrong in so many instances that the word no longer has any meaning. You're just saying woke just to say woke. So this game is woke because it's not a white male protagonist, or it's woke because it's not some big boobed white girl or Asian girl who they be giving black bodies on to. Let's keep it real. A lot of these Asian characters that y'all love, Stellar Blade and all these things, be having these black girl bodies. Y'all don't want the black characters, but y'all want the Asian girls and the white girls having the bodies of the black girls. But that's another conversation. Let's say, for example, the game coming out, Intergalactic, with the bald-headed girl. That's woke. Everybody is already mad about it. It's woke. Oh my God, lesbian, haircut. If Stellar Blade had that same character, but the same exact game, the fighting and all that, it would have been woke and people would hate it. The men love it because they think, because it's sex appeal, it's breast, it's body. So it's not woke, it's fine. They don't mind a female protagonist if she looks like a prostitute. And look, I love being a badass female character. Like Mortal Kombat, I like when all my characters, female characters, are bodied. The breasts just move for no reason, like dead or alive. I love all of that. So even when they made, Mortal Kombat, the one that came out not too long ago, I was like, why all the girls just look so basic? So I get it. And I get why a lot of y'all want these women to look so sexy because in real life, y'all don't get it. Y'all don't get pretty girls looking at you. You don't get a pretty girl wanting to sleep with you. So you have to live through these fantasies in your head through a game. So for example, let's say Grace, when they were coming out with Resident Evil Requiem and everybody saw Grace, sometimes I wonder, am I the one who's heterosexual? Because I'd be like, oh my gosh, she's a pretty girl, everything. But then you have the guys, oh my gosh, she looks like a boy. She has a 12-year-old boy body. Why are you looking at 12-year-old boys? And then when it comes to Hazel in South of Midnight, she's a black girl, kind of a tomboy. Oh, I can't relate to that. She's not sexy enough. I can't relate to that story. Do you have to relate to every game that you play? Because I'm quite sure you don't relate to the men in Call of Duty. I'm quite sure you've never been in an army, a military. Most of you. I'm quite sure most of you don't look nothing like Leon Kennedy. Maybe Leon the Butcher who's 500 pounds down the road. None of you look like Peter Parker, maybe Peter Griffin, but you relate to these games. None of you can relate to being bit by a spider and climbing a wall and shooting webs out your hand. I love God of War. You think I can relate to Kratos? A god? No, but it's a good game. As black people or non-white people, A lot of us have had to relate to every damn game that has a white character. Yet, y'all get so mad when there's something that doesn't look like you and just refuse to want to even try to give it a go, or you play it, but you're playing it already with a bad attitude going into it. If something doesn't look like some medieval Dungeons and Dragons type of stuff, it's woke. You can't relate to it. I'll read a comment or so from X. So you got this girl saying, no matter what anyone says, it was a great concept. Very unique in topic and visually stimulating. We're on our way to more black female-led games. I just love that the developers of this aren't even black. They did the work, research, and I'm just so happy to be around to see this. Like, wow, when I was a kid, I just pick up the most ethnic-looking white girl. Now we have a lot of more representation. Keep it going, Compulsion Games. Keep it going. We happy few, and to all who have ideas like this. I hope it inspires you to make it happen. A nice, just simple comment. And then you have Connor, Don, or Tonner coming in. Why do you have to play as someone with the same skin color? Growing up as a kid, I didn't think anything of it. Playing it as a black man, I still felt I could relate to the character. Then she says, it's more about options. You may not understand because you always had the option. I've noticed with a lot of white people, especially after the Black Lives Matter movement, everybody wanted to be oppressed for something. You saying, why do you have to play as someone with the same skin color? Who said that she has to play with someone with the same skin color? What do you not comprehend? What she's saying is, I played with every character, but now it feels good to see somebody that I can relate to. Somebody that I can look up to. And then, of course, as always, y'all feeling oppressed and have to come in and insert your 2 cents. You know exactly what that girl was talking about. It's so far in between that there's a character out there in the main game that's not white or some masculine, hard-faced, square-faced, Squidward-looking white man in a game. This other comment that I liked, someone said, what we are not going to do is say South of Midnight was a bad game. Only dudes who are racist are going to lie like that. Bad games don't win multiple awards. However, good games can cost too much to make and not make back the profit. I hope someone else picks up the IP. Don't let any of these bots and burner accounts, losers, try and revisionize history that South of Midnight was a bad game. That is a bold-faced racist lie. And then you have people in the comments, it was, once again, it was repetitive. It was this or that. It wasn't like, and then somebody who proves in there, oh, stay mad about it, chimp. Just proving what the guy said, that y'all are just hating on it because you're racist. And then somebody trying to make it political. Of course, the righties would say that. Stop making everything political. This is not no presidential debate. Nobody cares that you voted for Trump. Nobody cares. But what you're showing is that you're hating the game because of your bigotry. And then everybody these days I do see always want to blame bots. And I'm quite sure there are bots that are put in these things to try to make people mad and start these wars. But is that the new excuse for real humans on there being racist and being like, oh, it's a bot? No, it's your racist ass. Like, if you read these comments yourself, guys, you'll see, like, what people are saying that mostly aren't black or any other race are just hating on it just to hate it. Some of them, most of them, I'm quite sure haven't even played the game. I have love for everybody. Black, white, Mexican, Asian, whatever. There are good and bad on each side. But when it does come to white people, not all, a lot of y'all do feel very entitled, that y'all deserve everything, and that everybody that you see on screen has to look like you. I'm here to tell you that is slowly and surely coming to an end. If y'all refuse to not buy a game because it doesn't look like you, oh well. Developers out there, stop being scared to be different and try new IPs. We are tired of playing the same kind of games. Be creative, be different. If it doesn't sell how you want it to sell, oh well. I know it costs money, but at least you took a chance. It's always the loudest people out there are always the wrongest people. I wish people that would stand up against this kind of stuff would be the loudest ones. Like I said, I don't like to make everything about race, but it always comes to race though. You look at news on YouTube. Let's say a black person happened to commit a murder to somebody. The comment section, typical suspect. Usual suspect. But I never see those same people when it's them, which is mostly the case, especially when it comes to mass shootings, saying that when it comes to a white person doing it. They're quiet then. But then I never see us or any other race going in the comment section being like, usual suspects. And I get it, we want to just not entertain that, and we're better than that. But sometimes I wish we would go in the comment sections and rile it up the same way they do. That's another story. Those of y'all out here that might see this video and you have not played South of Midnight, play the game. Don't just say you are, play the game. Play it for yourself. And you are allowed to dislike the game, but don't dislike the game just because of the character, how she looks, or the skin color. Dislike the game because you played it and you didn't like the story or something. And don't give me the same old, it's repetitive. Every game is. Mario, it's all the same stuff. But we played it, we love it. So Compulsion games, I really hope that y'all get bought by somebody else. I really hope that y'all don't just get lost in the sauce. I really hope that y'all can somehow make another IP, hopefully a South of Midnight sequel, if not something else that's just as creative, even if it has a white character or an Asian character or a Mexican character, as long as it has a very enriched story to tell. And for all you bigoted people out there, open your eyes. Try something different. Most of the world is very basic. It's a lot of basic people out there, and anything they see that's artistic or color or different, they hate. So somebody out there got to be different and push the envelope. So let's talk about it. Anybody else sad about the game being closed down? All my good white people out there, I love you. All my good Asian people out there, I love you. All my good Mexican people out there, I love you. All my good black people out there, I love you. In a perfect utopia, as gamers, we would all just get along. And what's so weird to me, just before I go, what's so weird is that when it comes to gaming is one of the most creative outlets out there, where you can be creative in all kind of arts. Yet the people that mostly play the games are so non-creative and stuck in one way and only want one kind of game or one kind of look. Isn't that weird? Anyway, sound off down below. If you liked the video, please give it a like. Even if you didn't like it, you still watched it and you gave it a view. If you like the tip, thank you. All the information is down below in the description box. Thank you in advance. And everybody else, stay beat, stay beautiful, most importantly, stay blessed. I'm out.
PlayStation